We are here at the Tri-X booth to see what they have on display. I heard they have some pretty funky liquid coolers and cases. Let's go check them out. So we have a really unique line of cases here at the Tri-X booth here. This is called the Flover, and this is more a lifestyle design of case. What they've done here is they've actually put mesh panels on the front of the case, so this actually goes in and pushes in, and also on the power supply shroud. Now, there's an issue here. We're sacrificing a bit of performance here for luxury. Unfortunately, this does reduce the flow of the case. However, they've come up with a solution. So when this is installed, you don't actually have any fans installed there, but you do have the option of installing 3 120mm fans if you want to do that. They actually have this design in here where they've got kind of like this aircon style fan that blows in air from this side part here, so it completely avoids this part, so you're actually getting adequate airflow for the build. Now currently you can see that this unique fan is actually installed on the 120mm bracket, so you can actually move that forward to the 140mm bracket and then install your 360mm radiator. And you can also move this bracket forward if you have larger fans that you want to install, such as your 160mm fans and so on. Now, using fabric with the 120mm fans, you might think that this will collect a lot of dust. Well, they've come up with an option for that. Using these screws right here, if you remove them, you can actually take the dust filter out, completely give it a clean, and then put it back in. Or you can actually run this PC case without the mesh on there. It depends what aesthetic you're after. On the interior of the system, you can fit a 360mm radiator up the top. You can also fit a 120mm fan at the rear here. It doesn't come with any fans as standard because you guys might want to go out and purchase your own style of fans, maybe a cleaner looking fan to suit this style of build. It also has support for the back connect motherboards, which really goes with this cleaner style as well, because all the cables are hidden at the rear with plenty of cable routing spaces. And at the back here, we can also fit a 240mm radiator. Case feet themselves are actually real wood. So again, it's going with that clean design here, something that you would want in kind of a nice minimalistic office space. This is the Tri-X Arc Vision, and they're hoping to release this later in October for the Christmas period, which is going to be a very popular case. The panorama design of the AIO coolers has now been implemented down into the design of the panel itself. The unfortunate thing about it is if you have the panorama and you do have the Arc Vision screen, well, they both use a USB header, so you are going to be taking up 2 USB headers on the motherboard. I did suggest for them to add a splitter cable there, so it only takes one still. But if you don't want this version of the case, they actually come with different covers here, so you can get the wooden accent or the marbly type accent, which means that you'll be saving a load of money, which is actually really good for the end user. And they were actually telling me that if you no longer wanted to use that cooler right there, you can actually take the LCD screen off and add it to the case. So they're cross-compatible, which is pretty cool. Now they are telling me you can purchase those panels separately. With the LCD panel, this is going to be $239 US, and without, you can get it for $119 US. So the LCD panel certainly does add a lot of cost to this case, but if it's aesthetics that you're after, then this might be the case for you. Now the Tri-X Arc Vision actually comes in black as well, and it can fit a 360mm radiator up the top and a 360 at the rear here beside the motherboard tray. And you'll notice the included panel is actually a darker wood design, so it fits more with the aesthetic of the black. These are the Tri-X Lucis fans, and they're actually coming out in a release of July. So they're not actually out yet, but they're after users' feedback. So let us know down in the comments, guys, what do you guys like about these? This is their vision of Leon Lee's Connect fan, so they're trying to do that for themselves, but they've done that in a unique way. The light bar that's actually on the side of them connects all fans together, and the light bar actually has an LED on the side of it. And of course, they're all connected via one cable, which goes and takes up a USB header on the motherboard. They are all powered via one single cable, which goes into their control hub. There's 4 channels on the control hub, 3 fans per channel, so you can have a total of 12 fans. Now you can get these fans in both black and white. They come as a triple pack for only $99 US. Canali software, you can actually control individual lighting zones on the fan. So if I wanted to select this zone, I could actually make that blue as an example, and you could make different elements on there and create a timeline of lighting which can play from the beginning to the end. So you can come up with all these different designs and themes to suit your PC. The Customization is endless, and they're still implementing more control of this software. If there's anything you guys want to see in this software implemented, let us know in the comments, guys, and they'll try and make that happen. The fans have individual lighting zones, right? And so you can choose the inner light, the outer light, or the light bar. You can apply an effect to the inner light. You can apply a different effect to the outer light. So the customization with this is completely endless. And then, of course, the light bar that's on the side of the flange, we can make that a light wave. They could all play at the same time simultaneously. This is the Tri-X Tourist. This is an LCD panel which can actually come off because it's magnetized onto it. As you can see, nice, simple, easy design. It has 2 fans inside, but you can get a single fan version. That's better for those higher profile ramps. However, they have come up with a pretty cool design on this one. If you have a high profile ram, this fan right here can actually slide up, so it allows the ability to use higher profile rams and it doesn't get in the way. The cooling is really good on this as well. There's no RGB implemented here, but you can get it in black and white, and the cost is $99 US. This is the Tri-X Stage. This is their most prized piece of hardware at Computex 2025 this year. It's actually won a few awards. Essentially what it is 2 LCD panels controlled by 1 cable, and the bottom is actually a mirror design so it can reflect all of the display up and at you. So you've got endless customization. You can have one movie playing across the 2 screens, which is reflected up, or you can have split display where you can have 2 different screens playing, or you can have a mirrored effect where one screen plays, the other screen will reflect it, and then the bottom screen will also reflect it as well. And if you don't like the mirror on here, you can actually flip it over so you don't have that reflective design. Now this does come in black and white. It has a release of around October, so they're trying to hit that Christmas period. So save up your money, guys, if you're into things like this. I said that I want to have a dance on the stage, but I don't think it'll hold my weight. I've put quite a bit on, and they're planning on releasing this for $199 US. This is Tri-X's Panorama Custom Water Block Edition. Yes, we finally have a custom block with the LCD screen on display. So everything we know and love, I mean, it's been such a popular cooler. It's all built into this, and users can now add it to a custom loop. It comes with 2 90-degree swivel fittings, so you can swivel them around however you like. It's best to actually run it like this in the PC, and we have one on display right here. And you can see that it's got a custom water loop hooked up to it, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And that's a wrap here at the Tri-X booth. I have to say, my favorite product that's on display is the Flova case. Comes in 3 different colors. Absolutely love it. I love that they're trying something new as well. You don't see this much on the market. Points for design. I have to get my hand on this case. What do you guys think? Should we do a build in this case? Let us know down in the comments.